Hi everybody, welcome to our next episode of live videos this week. I'm Kim, I'm the owner of On the Bias Designs, and I'm excited to have you guys with me today. Today we're going to be doing holiday fabrics, so not quite Christmas in July, a little bit like Christmas in May, but still kind of fun. So before we jump into fabric and some other fun stuff, I wanted to just give you a couple updates on things. So first off, don't forget we have a coupon. It's GRAND10, all one word, that you can put in at checkout and get 10% off your entire order now until May 15th. So make sure you do that. Along with that, I wanted to just talk a little bit about shipping rates. So we do have flat shipping. If your order is $25 or under, shipping is going to be $3. If your order is $25 to $99.99, your order is going to be $7 to ship. And if your order is over 100, it's going to be free. So we're really excited about that too. Now our next live stream is not going to be next week. It is going to be the 19th at 6 o'clock. So we'll have updates on YouTube and Facebook just so you know when it is. So I know this is probably everybody's favorite live stream, so you know when our next one is. The other thing I wanted to talk about is we're going to be doing a sew along in June. So what's going to happen in June is we're going to do a paper pieced placemat. I am putting the pattern together right now, as well as getting some stuff together. So for those of you that just want to sew along, you'll be able to download the pattern for free from the site. We'll put a link out there when we're ready to do it. For those of you that want to sew along and sew the exact same pattern with the fabric, we'll actually have a kit you can buy that will have all the fabric in it, or we'll just give you, in some cases, if you want to mix and match a little bit, we'll give you the different URLs for the fabrics that are going to be a part of that. And then the other thing I just wanted to mention is the newsletter is going to be coming out this week. So you'll see that we're going to do a twice a month newsletter. If we think we need to do it more often than that, great. I get a lot of emails, so personally, less is better for me. So twice a month looks like a really good option for that. So with that, let's get started. So I love Christmas fabric. It is probably one of my guilty pleasures along with purple fabric. So I have a ton of Christmas fabric out there. So I want to just walk through some of the cool Christmas fabric that we have in store right now. We are getting more, but there's a couple of really fun ones that I'm really excited about. And the first one that I really like is this mid-century modern kit, actually collection. So there is a pattern for this. It's a free download. We'll put the free download on the site. If you buy, we also are going to have a kit available. If you want to make this and you don't want to buy all the fabric individually, we'll have it all in a kit that you can buy, and it will include the pattern as well. So looking at this, let's look at some of the fabric. Now, this fabric, we looked at its sister fabric last week. This is absolutely, I'm going to grab its sister fabric out, one of my favorite fabrics. First off, it doesn't look super Christmassy, which is okay too. But I think it's just a great fabric. It's very ombre. I love the lines. It's very modern. I think this is a fabric that you could use in a lot of different things, but it is really a cool fabric. For those that want to see how it looks, it does repeat. So pulling it open here, just to show you how it looks, it does repeat the pattern across. So the other thing this is really cute on, and we're going to show a pattern of this later, if you wanted to do a pattern where maybe you had to do almost a border, you could definitely use this as a border for something. Again, Christmas or not, or holiday or not, I think it is just really beautiful fabric. The other coordinating fabrics in this collection run in the same color tones. Again, they have a really modern feel to them, hence mid-century modern. There's this, and it comes in two colors. So we get a blue, and then we also have a white. Now, again, this is fabric that I think could really easily be holiday fabric or not, because it is pretty generic. You got butterflies in it and stuff, but it is a Christmas fabric. With that, we also have, and I'm just keep pulling some fabric off to the side here. With that, we also have these two. Again, I love the colors in here. You've got blue, you've got purple, you've got green. Like I said, I hoard purple fabric, so anytime I can get purple fabric, I'm pretty happy. So these two, again, just beautiful fabrics, a very modern line, really clean looking, and I think you can see how you could use it for a lot of different stuff. Now the other two fabrics in here that I'm going to show you the panel are right here. You got a circle, and then we've got this beautiful pyramid. So these, again, really, really fun fabrics. I absolutely love the colors. I'll be honest with you guys, when I saw this collection, I was like, yeah, we're buying the whole thing. We have to have it. There's some collections where I only buy pieces of it because maybe one or two of the fabrics I'm just not that crazy about. But this was one where I definitely bought pretty much the whole collection because I just thought it was gorgeous. So with this, we have a really cute panel that goes with it. I'm going to show you guys the panel, and this is what that pattern will use. So I'm going to open it up here. So you've got, let me just move forward here. You've got foxes, fish, owls, birds on this half of the panel, and then the other half you've got little reindeer, you know, bugs, bears, raccoons. So I actually think this kit could make the cutest baby quilt too. I think if you have a mom who maybe doesn't want to do real traditional colors, I think the pattern, the material with this would make the cutest baby quilt. You could even just take the panel and focus more on some of the pastelier shades in here, like the pink, the teal, maybe the I'm going to call it a chartreuse or the green, and I think you could make the cutest baby quilt with this. So I really, really like this. I think it's just a darling. Like I said, we do have a downloadable pattern that we'll put up on the site that you can get. And then we're also, like I said, going to put this pattern, and we'll have all the fabric for it pre-cut for you if you would just like to buy it all as one. So again, really cute, one of my favorites. So I'm going to hand that off. Now, this pattern collection actually has, it's a bigger collection, but we actually have two patterns right now that you're going to be able to get for this. So this is the Holiday Lane collection. It's a little more traditional. I'll be honest, I love gray with red. So I actually have two collections we're going to look at where you're going to see a little more of a gray influence with the red. I just think it's very striking. The other nice thing about these is they aren't necessarily Christmas. So if you wanted to leave these up all winter, you could absolutely do that without them looking too much like you've got Christmas stuff still up. So February, January, you still got it up, people are going to be okay with it. Both of these we will have download links for out on the site, and then we also will be offering kits with both of these as well. So if you want to just pick up the fabric all together, and we'll include the pattern in there with it. So I'm going to walk through this. Again, this is a collection where a lot of the fabric can be reused in non-Christmas. So I'm gonna hold this one up a little bit. Hopefully the camera will get this. Actually, I may do it closer to this camera. I want you to see some of the detail. We'll see which camera does a better job. Neither will, apparently. This actually has red swirls in it. So if you go look on the website for this, you'll see there's actually a swirl. So it's a red on red swirl with the white dots. You can kind of see it here. It's really pretty. I actually have this and I'm planning to use it in a completely non-holiday quilt because I just love the texture in it. And I like when I do quilts with solids in, or what should be a solid, I really prefer a tone-on-tone kind of print in there to give my quilts a little more texture and a little more feel. So with that, we also get the gray. And this is where I said I love red with gray. So this is really pretty. Again, this is probably a little more Christmassy looking because you do have snowflakes in the swirls. But actually, I think with the right fabric, this could come off as not Christmassy or holiday-like and look really good in another quilt. Now this has a coordinating fabric that is red. So you have this also. So again, I think these are just really fantastic from a design perspective. I think they're really good because you can use them in a lot of different ways. Now, the more traditional pieces in here, there's also a really nice plaid. So this is the white. It's got a gray and a red in it. And there's also a gray version that we have in stock that's got a white and a red. So again, I think this is something, especially the white, that you could definitely use for something else. I'll be honest, when I look at the white, I actually think of baseball. So I could think of doing a cute kids quilt and maybe doing more of a baseball theme. And this would be a fabric I think you could use because the stitching in here reminds me of the stitching on a baseball. So both of these, though, I think are really nice and definitely something you can use outside of a holiday collection. Now the rest of the collection probably is very much more holiday. So you have the trees. I think I'm going to flip these around. I think they're pretty. Like I said, I love the red with the gray. And then along with that, you have this great border. I'm going to call it a border. I think you could make a border out of it. That's houses. Now there is also a border, which I'm going to show you in a second. Now, I'll be honest, when I looked at these two patterns, or what I thought of was, I think I've mentioned this before, I love paper piecing. So one of the paper piecings I like doing are the village quilts, where you have like the little houses. And what I thought of this is this would be a great border for a village quilt, even if you did it in the red and the gray, or if you went with other colors. And the trees would make a cute background on one of those quilts. So to me, these work really well. Again, not overly holiday, so I think these could work in a quilt pretty much any time of year. And I think they would look really good if you did something like a paper piecing, did kind of one of those village quilts. So this collection does have a border. I think it's really pretty, and it would go good with the what I was just talking about. So this is the border fabric. I think this is really pretty. Now this piece is actually Christmassy. If you can look, you can see Santa flying. You got holiday lights and Christmas trees on this one. So this part of it would be a little bit more holiday Christmassy, but unless people look really close, maybe they think it was just an airplane. I don't know. But this would be the border. And then there's also a red snowflake. So I actually, again, this is one that I have that I'm using in another, it is paper pieced, but it's a medallion, so it's a star, and this fabric just looked really pretty and it added a little texture. And instead of thinking about these as snowflakes, I was looking at them more as medallions from the shape of them, and it ends up looking really nice in the quilt. It's one of Paula's Quiltworks patterns. It's the I'm trying to think of the name of the pattern, but it's the one with, I think of it like, well, now it's going to escape me and I'll think of it later. But the Alice in Wonderland one, the twisted one. So it was a red and black quilt, and I thought this really reflected and kind of mirrored the shape of the pattern on that quilt. And then last but not least, Holiday Lane does have a panel. So here is the panel for it. It's houses, hard to believe. So here they are. I'm just going to show you the houses. So you've got some really cute, a hotel, a fire station, a floral shop, ice cream, and then an inn and a bookstore. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, this is another one where when I saw it, I kind of thought to myself, I could use this a different way. So one of the things I was thinking about was actually cutting the houses out and maybe using them cut out and almost like fussy cut out of the panel and using them in a different way on a quilt. So something to think about when you're looking at some of these things is, you know, how can I rip apart this? I love looking at something and trying to figure out how can I use it in a different way. And these houses to me were kind of cool. And I thought, and they're big enough that I could just cut them out and sew them on something almost applique. So like I said, Holiday Lane, I really, really like that collection. Now, the next collection also has some gray and red in it, and that is our Welcome Winter collection. So this is also a project that you're going to be able to download. We will also have a kit with the fabric all pre-cut for you. And this one has some really, really cute fabric. I was a little worried, I'll be honest with you, when I saw it on the website, I'm like, is this going to look as good when I see it in person? And it absolutely does. So this is, it looks like it's a knitted sweater. And again, I don't know, here I'm holding it up, you guys can see it a little better. It's like a sweater with little puff balls on it. I thought that was so cute. Again, not necessarily something you have to use in holiday fabric, but just in winter fabric. This would also look really cute if you were sewing stockings for kids, because it's just got that yarned look on it. Or if you were doing something like a sweater in a quilt and you wanted to have some texture to it. So this comes in 3 variations. We've got a red, a blue, and a gray. And I love, again, the red and the gray together, but then having the blue in here, I think really looks good too. So I just loved this. Like I said, I was very happy when I saw that it looked as good as it did, because the pictures online look good, but I was a little scared. I think we've all had that buyer's remorse when you buy something online and then you see it in person, you go, oh no. So I was super happy to see that it looked really good and the print on it was great. So this collection also has the swirl. So you're going to see here, we've got a blue swirl, blue on blue. Again, this is something that you could definitely use not in a holiday quilt. And it has, I'm going to skip through here, and it's also got a blue snowflake. Now, I am a huge fan of Frozen. I'll be honest. My grandkids know that too. Probably pretty much anybody that knows me knows I'm a huge Frozen fan. So when I saw the blue snowflake, I was like, yeah, I gotta have that. So both of these are really nice. You'll see there's a little tone difference here between this blue and that blue, but both of them are really nice fabrics. This one I absolutely love. I'm actually working on an Elsa quilt right now, so I was happy to see this because it's going to be a part of that quilt. So the next fabric in this collection I thought was, again, super cute, was these little hot cocoa mugs. It was neat to see them because I thought they were really cute. I got them. They're the same blue that you saw before with the swirls, but then you also have the little cocoa mugs. I think they're cute. Again, doesn't necessarily have to be holiday, but it is pretty, pretty awesome. And then with that, there's also a red stripe. So this is almost like a candy cane stripe. What I like about this stripe, and we'll see if I can get the camera to focus, is it isn't a straight stripe. It almost looks like it's ripped paper. So I think it's really nice. Again, something I can use someplace else. We just got in, I think we talked about last week, Paula's new collection, that poured, the Poured 2 collection. They also have a stripe in there that has got that ripped texture to it. I really like that. I think it gives you kind of a neat look. So this is a piece of fabric that I know I'll be using in some other stuff as well. Now, this collection also has something that I love, and that is good characters. So one of the things I worry about a lot of times when I get fabric is I see all the coordinating fabrics and it's really cute, and then I see the panels where they have the focus fabric, and for whatever reason, maybe the face on the snowman doesn't look right or the animals look a little funny. This is really some of the cutest fabric. The animals look really cute. I love the snowmen. So there is not only the snowman pattern here, there's also a really cute collection, part of the collection that has little forest animals. The squirrels are so cute, and chipmunks and the little blue jays. So both of these are cute patterns I like. I would even use the squirrels and the chipmunks. I'd be willing to do a baby quilt with this. Maybe be a little more of a with green in a baby quilt, but I think it's really cute. I love the little animals. They all have really cute faces. So for me, that's always important when I look at fabric, especially when you get animals on them. With that, there is a panel. Surprise. The panel for this one, let's open this up and I'll show you what it looks like. Make sure I've got it the right direction. Again, you're going to get close-ups of the animals with the snowmen. I think they're cute. You've even got the hot cocoa mug here. Let me move this up a little bit. So, really cute panel that has a lot of it. And then it's got a really cute border. So we pick up, if you look at it, I'm going to hold this up a little closer to the camera. It picks up that same texture we had with the first 3 fabrics I showed you where it looks like it was a knitted sweater. So I really like that. That's really cute too. All right, so now this collection I'm going to show you because we're going to be doing something. I think if you've looked on the website, we have a section called Reimagined. And one of the things that I love to do is take designs or patterns that I've seen in the past, and then I see new fabric and I think, well, that would look really cool in there. So this is the Kringle crossing pattern. I think it is a neat pattern. It's a great way to use border fabric. And one of the things I was looking for was some cool borders. Well, we just happened to get a really, really fun collection that we're actually going to put together with this. And we're going to have this out on the site. It's going to be part of our Reimagined collection. And it's using this fabric. So this is the border it's going to get. I love the little snowmen. They have the cutest faces. I love this kind of, I'm going to call it Tiffany blue with the red. I think it's great. I saw this and I thought it was, wow, I love it. And then with it was this, which is super cute, which is little Christmas sweaters. So that pattern you saw, we're going to do some stuff with the border, with the Christmas sweaters. There's also a snowman that goes with it. And then we're also going to pair it with this little Christmas tree as well. So you're going to see these these fabrics actually along with that red stripe I just showed you in a kit that's part of our Reimagined collections, where you're going to get to see that in that Kringle crossing pattern. So, all right, last but not least. So when we did our first unboxing event, the surprise event where I didn't know it was going to be in the box, there was a couple fabrics that were in there that were Christmas fabrics, and I talked about how I loved them because they had some pastels in them. They had like purples and that. So it's the Christmas piece collection, and this is the pattern that goes with it. We are going to have this out on the site as well. You'll be able to download the pattern, but we're also going to have a kit that goes with it. And I just want to show you the other fabrics in this collection because that night we only got to see like 2 of the fabrics, and the rest of the fabrics for the collection have come in. So here we go. So there is, this one's nice. This says, "Oh Holy Night." It's really nice, simple. The blue on it is beautiful. Along with it is a white, the opposite, white with blue, which is the other words in this fabric. So I really like both of these. These will make great borders. These are easy to fussy cut and use for something. So both really nice fabrics that go great in this collection. With it are the bunch of cording fabrics are beautiful. The other thing I have to tell you guys is this fabric is so soft. It's really nice to feel. I could just maybe make a quilt out of it for the bed, but you've got this would be Mary, Joseph, and the shepherds. There's also the wise men as well. Let me flip this the other way since I've got it backwards. Again, the colors in here I really like. You've got the pastels, you've got some pinks, blues, purples, along with a little green. So I think this is just really pretty. I also love the stylization of the different characters within it. This also, and I think these 2 I actually showed everybody the first night, but I'm going to show them again. This is the wise men of the collection. There's also a present fabric that goes with it. This could be used with other stuff. It's a slightly different color blue, a lot of fun colors in here. You could use this with other things as well. And then last but not least, this is the panel that goes with it. And I'll open the panel up here. Oop, upside down. So basically it's just larger versions of the pieces that we just saw. So this is a nice one. This is also, like I said, we'll have this out for download as well as a kit that's already got all this cut. So before we go, I do have, we'll call them Christmas gifts for me of things we got. So let's say Santa brought a sock for me and he put some stuff in it. And I want to show you guys 2 fabrics that we just got yesterday that I could just, yeah, they're awesome. So these are part of their, I think the collection's called Ice Dye. Now the colors on these are fantastic. The feel of the fabric is gorgeous. We have this in 2 shades right now. We have this, and we have it with more of a red in it, or I shouldn't say red, more of an orange and more of a purple. They go really great together. They're really beautiful. I wanted to share them because we just got them in yesterday, and I thought they're just beautiful, really beautiful fabric. So there's a lot of things I think about when I look at these, that things you could do while they have that batik-y kind of look without being a batik. So these were brand new. These just came in for us this week, yesterday. These are out on the site already if you want to buy them. And last but not least, we got in something from Tula. So if you are an English paper piecer, we have these out there now. This is Tula's Bloomers. This is a really neat English paper piecing. I do what I'll call regular paper piecing, but it does have the templates in here and everything you need. It doesn't have the fabric, but we can absolutely get you the fabric or whatever fabric you'd like to do with it. But that is also available out on the website as well. We just got these in last night, so I wanted to share them also. So with that, I think that's our holiday collection. We're happy to have you with us. As always, please subscribe and like. We have Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Please follow us, like the videos and stuff. Like I said, we're going to be putting the newsletter out this week. We will not have a video next week. Our next video is going to be the 19th. So with that, have a really great evening or morning wherever you are, and thanks for joining.